Know your place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
The hype for the fight between Goku versus Jiren was well placed. It was an amazing fight. The fight itself had to have been one of the best fights of Dragon Ball Super in my opinion, but there is one fight that it felt very similar to, and that is the fight between Goku and Beerus. And the reason for that being is that Jiren is God level. And we've gotten some spoilers in the past, about a week ago I believe, that has stated this, but now it's essentially been confirmed that he is the mortal that is stronger than his god of destruction. He's stronger than Vermouth, and it shows. Goku goes all out on him. He goes all out in his forms, all his forms, and you can see that he's pushing Jiren little by little up until he gets to Super Saiyan Blue, and that's when he can actually sort of match Jiren really producing no energy and no strength at all. And then Goku goes into his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken form, and Jiren seems to sort of awaken a little bit and combat that. The choreography in this fight is just phenomenal. Honestly, I'm speechless. Episode 109 had some of the best story arcing with Goku and Jiren. The music, I'm calling it Jiren's intro song, was phenomenal. It seemed like old Dragon Ball Z, like it took some cues from old Dragon Ball Z. Bruce Falconer, the US cut, with some of the music that was in these two episodes, because they were just so epic and exuded so much epicness in the actual episode. Jiren is essentially a god of destruction, or stronger than a god of destruction, and I mean, I didn't think that was going to happen, honestly, but I'm sort of happy that it is, because now the level cap has been raised again, and with the universes that have the highest mortal ranking, I believe that they're going to have beings that are far stronger. I believe that those gods of destruction are going to be stronger than Vermouth, and I believe they're going to have beings that are stronger than Jiren. We're just going to have to wait and see for the rest of Dragon Ball Super, so I'm super excited for this. But Goku goes all out against Jiren and fights with everything he has, everything that he can muster, but it's not enough, so he has one more technique, and that is the Spirit Bomb. That story building, that world building, these two episodes were filled with it, and I just want to know more about this new transformation, definitely, that Goku goes into, and I want to know more about Jiren and his backstory. But Goku throws the Spirit Bomb at Jiren, and Jiren stops it, pushes it back. We think Goku is basically done for, and then Goku pushes the Spirit Bomb back to Jiren, and Jiren basically puts his arms down and uses his own eyes and his own stare and his own aura to push the ball back to Goku. And it's cool the way the ball was pulsating, because it seemed like it was an actual bomb. Like it had a time limit. Like it could not just be sustaining in that spot for eternity. And we've seen it before, where basically it's one and done. You throw the ball, and maybe in the Buu saga it did take a little bit longer, but normally the evil guy, the evildoer, can't withstand the ball, and so the explosion happens right away. This time it was almost the whole beginning of the second episode 110, and the ending of episode 109, where the ball is in sort of this limbo, but it ends up hitting Goku, and it explodes. Everyone thinks he's disintegrated, and me and my wife were watching this, and we're like, oh, Jiren's got to be disqualified because he destroyed and erased this disintegrated Goku. But no, Goku basically destroyed himself with his own attack, due to the logic of the Grand Prix. So Jiren is still in this, and nobody else backed down, which I'm glad they didn't, because it would just be so meaningless if the rest of the tournament would be so meaningless if the rest of the Warriors decided to start backing down. But the only other great part about the Spirit Bomb that I can think of right now at the top of my head, I'm sorry, I'm making this recording as soon as I'm done watching this, is that Frieza gives some energy. Vegeta doesn't give any energy, which, I mean, I understand that, but Frieza gives some energy to this Spirit Bomb, so that leads me toward the end of episode 110 that me and my wife were talking about, and I think that this is what's going to happen, but I'm jumping ahead of myself here because I'm so excited for this. This was such a great two-parter episode, like such a great moment in all of Dragon Ball Super. I didn't think, first of all, I didn't think we were gonna get here, and second of all, I never thought they were gonna make a character that would be a rival to Goku. Everything Goku has done and performed up to this point, Jiren has matched, and that is unprecedented besides Beerus. Beerus is the only other character that really has done that. So when the Spirit Bomb disintegrates, all the characters kind of start converging on Jiren and the Pride Troopers, and then we see Goku come back, and he is in his new form, and we are super excited because we finally get to see, which I never thought we were going to be able to see, is this sort of Super Instinct mode, and Goku is in the Super Instinct mode. Now, why his eyes turn silver, who knows? Why he's got this sort of mixed blue and white and purple and red aura, who knows? And no, Dragon Ball Super, you're not going to treat this like Super Saiyan Rage. This needs to be addressed. This needs to have its own episode where they explain this transformation, at least Goku explaining it, because this transformation, it looks cool. For me personally, I feel like this is an unfinished transformation, sort of like Super Saiyan God. Like, we're going to get something different later down the line where it's going to be a more finished form, because this still had a time limit. But it was just so cool, and the fact that even all the gods were like, holy crap, he's got these primal instincts now, where it's almost like he had a spider sense from Spider-Man. He can sense things before they happen. And so the fight after that, once he transformed to this form and he fought Goku and the Jiren and the Pride Troopers, I've never seen this sort of fighting in Dragon Ball. I maybe have seen it in other animes. I've seen it in Naruto, where it's sort of slow motion. They're reacting and reacting back to each other in such a quick and weird sort of way. Time is stopping. It's almost like super time skip. But this fighting style was so well done that it just looks so freaking cool. I'm so excited that, like, the reinvigoration, because I mean, a lot of the fight scenes, we've seen them before, and I've never seen this before. This sort of where you can anticipate your move, and then Jiren anticipates the other move. So Goku essentially was on par with Jiren. I'm sure if he was still in this transformation for a little bit, he would have been able to really kind of stay on par and maybe knock Jiren out. But I don't think he ever became close enough to surpass Jiren. And so what they were stating is that the Spirit Bomb gave Goku and revitalized his energy, but it also triggered this transformation, or this technique ability. I believe it's a transformation now, but it triggered it into, so now he knows this instant sort of abilities. I'm hoping personally for me that the manga, when they finally get to this point, the manga kind of goes more into detail on this and seeing why this is the case, maybe foreshadowing it a little bit, because it is sort of I mean, I'm geeking out. I'm definitely a Dragon Ball fanboy, but it is, again, it's just a power up that comes out of nowhere, very similar to Super Saiyan Rage. But again, it was so well done that I honestly did not even mind. And the fact that it was temporary also was pretty cool, because once it was temporary, Jiren took Goku out. Goku went flying through rubble, and so he was done for. And at the very end, we see Hit attack Jiren. In the next episode, it's going to be all Jiren and Hit. We finally get to see what that fight is going to be like. Hit's already going to kind of beat up, but I don't think that this is what would be like if Hit was to fight similarly. If Hit was to fight Champa, like he was planning on doing, sort of, in the Universe 6 tournament, like when Champa was about to erase him, he was going to actually fight him. This is kind of similar to what we get, because again, Jiren is God of Destruction level. So the fighting from we've seen in the preview, it looks pretty badass, and I cannot wait to see that episode. But going all the way to the very end, we see Frieza walk up on Goku, and it looks like Frieza is going to destroy Goku. That doesn't make any sense, and I'm tired of them foreshadowing this. I get it, because Frieza's a bad guy. They're trying to foreshadow it and put it in there, like, you know, make us believe that that's going to happen. But there's no way it's going to happen. Like my wife pointed out, she's like, nah. He's going to give Goku energy to revive him, because Goku cannot just be sitting there, laying there, all beat up for the duration of the tournament. That's not going to happen. So more than likely, Frieza will give him the energy, and he'll come back in a certain state. Maybe Frieza gives him a lot of energy, and he'll come back in a certain depth. Whether he can go back into this limit breaker, ultimate instinct form, who knows? But I'm hoping more likely we'll see it again, because again, Jiren is just a force of nature and he needs to be dealt with. I think that the only real way to deal with Jiren is to have everybody fight him at once. It's gonna have to be a group effort, and if and when they defeat Jiren, it's going to show the rest of the gods of destruction that, hey, a group effort by the strongest mortals can defeat a god of destruction. And so I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. I love episode 109 and 110. I couldn't be more ecstatic. It was definitely worth the wait, and I can't wait to see the conclusion, which is going to happen later on. I think it's smart that they did it this way. They gave us a 1 hour special, and now and the fight's continuing. These characters are still in the ring. The power is still there, and so the fight between them, the ultimate fight, the ending fight, because you know these two characters are going to fight again, Goku and Jiren, is going to be at the end of the tournament. The only real downside that I see for the episode, I mean, there's really not anything. The animation was stellar. Some of the best, especially episode 110, some of the best animation that we've seen so far. So the only real thing that I can think of is that the very beginning, episode 109, everyone's most favorite character, sarcasm obviously, Ribrianne, has a whole probably 10 minutes of her fighting Goku. And again, I like the good fight when Goku fights, but Ribrianne is sort of annoying. I like the fact that at one point during Goku's Spirit Bomb, she was about to attack him, and Vegeta just knocked her out, because she's really getting annoying. And so hopefully, she was good at first for her first episode, her and the Magic Girls, but since then they've just been so annoying. All that love stuff, ugh, I can't stand it. But that's really the only downside I see to episode 109. And besides that, everything else is amazing. I cannot wait. Super hyped. The hype is over 9,000 right now, and I can't wait to bring you guys more videos on this sort of stuff, on this fight. I'm going to dissect this fight and try to get every aspect of it, and have a discussion on everything. So let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this episode, or these two episodes, this 1 hour special. Drop me a like if you liked my video, and it's going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.